Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at Bassmint by Unfiltered Audio. So Bassmint is a bass enhancer and you can use it to improve kick drums, synths, basses, bass guitars, anything you like. This is going to be a deep dive tutorial and it will be the 5th unfiltered tutorial that I've done. There will be a link to a playlist at the end of the video that now will contain all 5 of the iOS unfiltered audio apps. So this being the last tutorial one I'll be doing, which is for Bassmint. Okay, so I've covered all the others. Right, okie dokie. I'm going to use this on 2 things. So very simple kick drum pattern and a very simple bass line supplied by SynthMaster 1. This is it all clean. There is no unfiltered Bassmint being applied to either of these. So first of all, I'm going to mute this kick. And we're going to run it on SynthMaster 1's bass. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. You won't hear hardly any difference at all. Right, the whole thing, right, the most important thing with Bassmint is this cutoff control. Everything you do with this cutoff affects everything else. So if we have this here, all this section here is what's being affected, is what's going to be affected by what's going on here. So if you can look at it, long hold it, and it says sets the frequency below which the signal will be processed. So if this is down, all of this isn't really going to do much at all. It will do some stuff, but not a lot, as you will hear. Okay, so first mode we're going to look at is saturate. Anti-rumble will sharply cut anything that's below 30 hertz. I don't know if you can see, your cutoff will go down to 30 hertz. You may have, there may be signals and stuff that are below 30 hertz. If you have anti-rumble on, that will cut them out. So you might as well have these switched on anyway. It's not going to make any difference. Okay, so let's leave it on. So listen to what happens when we bring the cutoff up. In fact, let's give it some gain. I have soft clip on. I'm going to turn it off. Bring the cutoff up. Still won't hear much going on because then we need to give it some strength. So this is saturating that signal now. So you see it sets the intensity of the chosen algorithm for what's below the cutoff. Okay, let's put this up full. This will apply another low pass filter that will kind of round off the edges, but it sounds really nice. Shelf. You can see it sets the gain of the low shelf filter with a cutoff equal to the cutoff knob. Clarity will cut frequencies, I think below 400 hertz. You can actually watch this happen here. See, we're getting a cut now at 400 hertz, and it also increases some top end. So the muddy area here has been it's been cut by this clarity control. Let's put this up. You have your output gain, of course, which is kind of self-explanatory. So if we switch mid only on it, you're really not going to hear this, and I would suggest you wear headphones anyway. But what this does is it only processes the mid channel. If you hold it, you can see only acts on the mid channel. So 10 off. Solo the bass. What you're going to hear now is just Bassmint and what's going on below the cutoff frequency. So hardly anything, in fact. But if we bring our cutoff up, of course, so you can perfectly tune in what's going on with Basement before you even bring the actual signal back in, which is brilliant. Mono bass I'm going to show you on, let's see, are we on our correct? Yeah, I'm going to show you on this. Watch this. This is cool. Mono bass, right? Let's switch wider on. Now you'll see we've got this super wide signal now. What mono bass will do is will force all bass everything under the cutoff will be forced into mono. So if I have this, say, full up and switch this on, nothing's going to happen. Well, actually, it'll all go mono. Watch. So if you're wearing headphones, everything's gone mono, right? But if we dial this back a bit, this part here won't be affected. It'll still be in stereo. Only this really low end now will be in mono. So you're still getting some stereo from the higher frequencies. Now it's full stereo again. And like I said, if this is all the way down and I hit mono, it's still going to be stereo. So nothing is going to be affected, and nothing at all, because everything below 30 Hertz is being cut by the anti-rumble. Let's switch this, let's move this back up. Mono, because we have mono on it, all the cutoff range. Other than anything above 249 Hertz, of course, but with the bass line, there ain't much of that going on. Soft clip. Let's switch wider off. I only put wider in just to show you the effect for mono. Soft clip. Apply soft clipping, which sounds lovely. You can have a look what it does. And it's another saturator. But this sounds really great on the Resonator algorithm. Bypass, of course, bypasses the effect. Okay. Let's look at Resonate. A resonant filter on the cutoff. Of course, this sounds really nice if you automate it, of course. But let's put soft clip on for this now. Hear this? It's like a TB303 kind of vibe. And if we take the cutoff down, very cool. That sounds really good. You can get some really nice effects with the Resonate and the soft clip. Okay. Double click to reset these to their default positions. Octave now. What Octave does is puts an octave above the cutoff. So if you wanted to add a little bit more tonal, like harmonics, an octave above your bass, then use Octave. Nice. We're going to look at synthesize on the drums. Let's look at overfold now. So overfold is like a much more aggressive saturate. and that with soft clip. That is just, you could listen to you won't hear a lot going on with the mid onlys, but it's there if you need it. So that's quite aggressive. Don't forget, if you don't have cutoff or strength activated, you won't hear anything. And then you can just dial it in nice and subtle. Great. Okay. Now, super basic kick, this time being supplied by Hylian Sonic's kick library, one of them. Right, so synthesize. Let's go to where we can see it. Synthesize adds another, it's kind of an oscillator at the cutoff point here, so 55 hertz. Now, this is important, right? Because say, for instance, your track is maybe in A, and we know that the frequency for A is 440. Let me just check this now. So, yeah, at C4 or A4, it's the frequency is 440 for your note of A. So at 55, it's the first octave. So for this would be A1. And if I switch this on, you're hearing a tone being generated below that kick of A1. Now, since I know that I recorded this sequence in A1, it's going to sound in, let's put the strength up. It's going to put the frequency for A, and it's going to be in tune with this. So you'll hear now, if I start to bring this up, it's going to go out of tune. Hear that? Until we get to say 110. And now it's another octave up above A. So it's going to be in tune with our sequence. Okay. And again, we could go up another one. So say to 220. Now you can also double tap this and put it in manually. So that's synthesize, which is good. But you could also put synthesize onto this one. So you put it on 110. And it's going to be in tune. So everything is now going to be in tune. Awesome stuff. You can put it on anything you like, of course. You don't need to. We can put that wider back in here, but make it mono below the cutoff. That sounds much better. Now, you also have, of course, your randomize. Let's just turn wider off. Like all your, let's get one there. You can choose to lock certain parameters, of course, and then after that, every time you randomize, cutoff and strength will not be randomized. And you can also go into settings here, hit this, sorry, where is settings now? Here. And choose the depth of randomization, switch drift prevention off. Let's move this all the way up to say 100, and now you'll get, apart from these two, massive randomization. So we could say, okay, well, let's further lock the soft clip and the output gain. Actually, no, let's unlock that. Turn it down and lock it, but unlock the strength. Now, too much randomization, obviously. Let's just take that down to something sensible. We'll put drift prevention back on. While we're here, you also have 4 themes. You can have spearmint, basement, and impact. So that's impact. You could look at spearmint, because basement's been used on the other one. So and other than that, that's about it really. You can also go in and clear all locked parameters, and there are lots and lots of presets to choose from. So look, you've got, by the looks of it here, I hadn't looked at synthesized tuned. You can go and choose a load of different keys here. And what others? We've got also, we have Resonator tuned. So if you want a lot of control over your bass, basement is really, really good. It gives you tons of options for shaping your bass, for enhancing kick drums, especially if you use the like on our drums here. If we had to look at the synthesize option to tune it to, say, we'll tune it to 110 here, or more or less 110. You won't hear the difference. That's tuned it now to your A. And you can go up to 3 octaves of range, basically, with the frequencies, which is cool. Very cool. Anyway, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. I hope it explains some things that you may not know about basement from Unfiltered Audio. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. You know, strike that like. It helps us out a lot. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and consider becoming a Patreon. It really helps us out. If you don't want to be a Patreon, consider a super thanks or a donation. It's really useful, you know. Anyway, brilliant. Top job. Cool beans. Unfiltered Audio's basement. Hopefully now you know what everything does and how it works together. Most important control is the cutoff, because everything below this cutoff is what's been affected, sort of thing. Right. See you guys later. Ta-da.